So the ball just played forward to our viewers on Wave TV. Just our apologies. Had a bit of a technical hiccup. But it's Peters who finds Arahu Wilson. Arahu Wilson been very active, just coming in between the two centre backs and enjoying loads of space and time. Good telling pass. Finds Bertram, who gets on his bike. Korat looking to free up his left boot. But it's good defensive work by Alcock. Oliveira looking to pass it into the goal, but shooting the arms of goalkeeper Thomas.
Yeah, first sighter from the elite team, pushing that defense force tier 2 team into their own area, and when it fell to Oliveira, not able to get it out of his feet to get enough power on it or direction, comfortable for the keeper.
So what will go down as the first shot on target? Trestrail. Nice one-time pass to Tinto. The two youngsters combining beautifully. Nice searching pass aimed at Superville. Can he get to it? He does. He's up against Christian Bailey, sorry. Wins his team a throw-in, not far from the corner flag. I think you're going to see the guys with the long throw just coming to take this one. This looks like Lee, who's going to have the opportunity to throw that ball in. Choose Lee, but it's headed away and further out. Ball played forward.
Here, Gordon, if you are going for the long throw, surely it should be aimed at perhaps one of your two big centre backs. He could join in. Quintero has shown his aerial prowess, of course, in the semi-final with his last-minute header, but it wasn't aimed at either of them. Might be missing a trick there.
Not all on the same page. Out comes Christopher Biggett. He would consider himself unlucky not to be in the United States of America playing in the Gold Cup with Anfa.
Yeah, he's just got to wait in line, unfortunately. He has got ahead of the queue, of course. His clubmate, Sinhen Leah, is over there. So he's had the opportunity. Also, Isaiah Williams has had his chance as well. Good, really good competition. Solid 3 goalkeepers they have in their ranks.
That ball just going into the hands of goalkeeper Dwayne Thomas. He'll be saying, I'm not playing tier 1, but I'm in a defense force team and I've done quite well as well this season. Dwayne Thomas instrumental in getting this team here.
Yeah.
Holder, he's been good for his team.
Talk about Thomas, the keeper for Defense Force Tier 2. They've had to endure a penalty shootout against Phoenix. He was the hero that night. 1-1 was the regulation scoreline then. They also got past Samuel Jablate. He kept a clean sheet in that one. And of course, Tier 1 opponents in Prisons 3-1 and Police 3-2 in the semi-final.
We'll all remember when he rushed off his line and put off, it was Hutchinson. Hutchinson rounded him, but the angle was too tight, and Hutchinson tried to be hero and went into the side netting. I think he will live to regret that one.
Yeah, impressive from Thomas all the way through. They've definitely earned their place and deserve to be in this final.
And they're showing some composure. Just telling the Tier 1 team what you all can do, we can do better. Walking the ball from the back. Elcock aimed at Quintero. Good work by Jelani Peters. And Defense Force Elite able to recycle. Peters exchanging passes there with Oliveira. Back to Oliveira. Korat finding Arahu Wilson. Arahu Wilson breaking the press, charging into the area. Finds the overlapping Felix with a delivery. Just headed clear. And now the defense force, tier 2, they have a chance to break.
It's too slow. It's too slow in transition. Chestrill opted instead of running forward to just holding his position.
Dylan King, he had 2 assists last time out, but some good defensive work there by Cooper. He's gotten all the way back. Of course, Cooper and Felix from the same area, the Santa Cruz area, so they have an excellent understanding of each other. So when they play on this left side, one will overlap, the other will stay for them. There you saw Cooper coming back and doing the defensive duties.
Yeah, important that you have those relationships all over the pitch. They know each other really well and play in tandem together excellently.
Well, it's going to be a free kick here. Curtis Boyle Gonzalez having a lot to say to Cecil Hines and referee Crystal Sobers. Interestingly, both defense force coaches in the same color of blue and black. Jelani Peters, he started this goal scoring for them in the semi-final. He would not start it here. Strong tackle. And Keller finds himself in the referee's book. They would be saying that Chestrill was just dishing it out. As we see the infringement here again. It was a 50-50 ball, to be fair. But late in the challenge, very late.
Yeah, deserving of a yellow card.
But it's going to be Joseph trying to thread the needle. Felix wins out. Ball played through. Bertram into the back of the net. Shaquille Shaq Bertram. How often this season have he come up trumps? He's done it again. And watch the celebration. He's called for the glasses. Mr. Cool. Too cool for the camera. It's Shaquille Shaq Bertram. He puts Defense Force Elite up 1-0 in this one. We're done for.
Yeah, after KG start, there's finally some link-up play from Oliveira, and then Corriat inch-perfect pass into the path of Bertram. Dwayne Thomas, who we spoke about so highly, would be disappointed when he has a look at that. Squirm through him. Didn't get a lot of power on it, Bertram, but enough to squeeze it past Thomas from a tight angle.
Yeah, Thomas not knowing where his first post was. In fact, he overcommitted to the first post on that occasion. And Bertram, he puts the Defense Force Tier 1, the Elite, they lead 1-0.
Out of nothing, really. Didn't really look threatening at all, but just a momentary lapse from the Tier 2 left back. Should be covering the inside and allowing Bertram the outside. That gap was more than enough for Corriat to spot. Still had to do the needful to weigh that pass expertly into the path of Bertram. And he did the rest.
Well, I don't think this will put any fear in the hearts of the Tier 2 team. They've come from behind on a number of occasions. In fact, they were always behind against Police until the very end when they really sprung to life. So I think this will be part of the course for them now.
Still not ideal to go down, especially in a final. The fact that it's so early on gives them another 70 minutes to get back in this one, though.
Arao Wilson trying to get Bertram going. He's always so dangerous. He's one of those players, the unpredictable player, really, Shaquille Shaq Bertram. I think one of the unsung heroes of this Defense Force team. Felix.
Yeah, 9 goals in the league season and almost as many assists. He has been as impressive as any for Defense Force Elite.
Felix. So they're beginning to toy with the Defense Force Tier 2 now. Ball across. Good defensive header there by Lee, but only as far as Oliveira. So showing the separation in class, but then a good bit of work there by young Trestrail. Strong tackle. The advantage played is he onside. Well, they got the call back. They played for the advantage. He would, I think, because look at it here. Very late challenge here by Curtis Gonzalez on Dwight Contero. The referee playing the advantage, but no advantage was gained. So I think the ball will have to be called back. Good refereeing by Crystal Sobers.
Might consider himself a touch lucky not to receive a book in there.
But it's going to be Elcock who finds Garcia. Jamali Garcia, the former St. Andrews College player. Looking for movement. Goes short, finds King. King. Wider. Here. The impressive holder. But he would not impress anyone with that cross.
I was impressed initially by the take. Superbly grabbed it out the air, but didn't match that skill with the cross.
Just rushing it a bit there. And it's going to be the elite who are going to be walking this one out. Peters exchanging passes with Oliveira. How often have we said that this evening? Peters playing more like a playmaker than a centre back, and then he gives this one away. Joseph, Jesse Joseph.
Took too long about it. It's careless from Peters. Under no pressure. Almost landed his team in big trouble. Peters took a little bit too long about it, and Koriat able to scramble back and spare the blushes of Peters.
Well, he's on the ball here again. Jelani Peters. He's been on the ball a lot this evening.
Yeah, I'm sure that's intentional from the Defence Force Tier 2 team. They've clogged the midfield. They've made sure Raul Wilson isn't receiving the ball facing forward. And they've allowed his centre-back in Peters to have possession in these types of areas instead of Wilson or Keller.
Cooper whips this one in. Cleared away. Goes out, and it's going to be a throw-in. So Rahul Wilson string that ball to Peters.
We spoke about Defence Force Tier 2's path to the final. For Defence Force Elite, they overcame Evolution 6-0. Then they got past AC Port of Spain 3-0 with 2 late goals there. They beat Club Sando 1-0 in the quarterfinal. And of course, cruised past MIC Matura Reunited 3-0 in the semis. So one thing of note there from Defence Force Elite, they have not conceded in this entire competition. That's ominous for the Tier 2 team here as they trail in this one.
Well, just a quick note to the Wave viewers. We'll be cutting the stream. You can continue to follow the game on Flow Sports. Apologies to all as we just experiencing some slight technical difficulties. So Gonzalez exchanging passes here with Peters.
That's disappointing. The Defence Force Tier 2 team have really run in behind to stretch that elite back line. Not the quickest that backline is, but Quintero and Peters and Chestriel are content with getting the ball at their feet and not threatening in behind, like the elite team are doing here.
Strong tackle there by that Superville. Or just going out of play. So the ball thrown in here. Oliveira. Korat. Finding Arao Wilson. Arao Wilson trying from distance. Just pushed over there by Dwayne Thomas. Arao Wilson trying his luck from distance. It was aimed at the top right-hand corner to Korat. Just teeing him up. And with all of 35 yards.
Yeah, well struck. It was traveling. Had to get his 2 fists behind that one to send it over the bar. Good strong hands from Thomas.
So with just about 26 minutes gone, it's Defense Force Elite. They're up a goal and looking to take this corner. Arao Wilson, not the best corner you'll see from him. Cleared out there by Lee. You've got another opportunity to whip it in.
Yeah, Jelani Peters will be licking his lips for this. He's their top scorer in this competition with 3 goals.
Ball whipped across. Headed clear. With Anfa. So nice to see ball boys, ball attendants all around the field. They look so beautiful. Ball forward aimed at Peters. Quintero.
It's better from tier 2.
Holder. Oh, a bit too straight there. So Shaquille Holder just trying to playing Dwight Quintero there, but quickly off his line was Bigot, as we have another look at it here.
That's a good chance. Good running in behind.
Just giving it away early. Wilson, he gives it away. Joseph.
It's another example. Quintero could be thinking about running in behind there. There's a lot of space in there, but he's calling for the ball at his feet all the time. That doesn't offer a threat.
I think that's where what you see, you give up when you bring on Quintero so early on. Gone to the days when he was a real threat behind the defense. A knee surgery. And he's more a post-up striker now. Bailey.
Okay, free kick. Alter that. Again, good position in here for Peters and company. Oliveira is no slouch in the air as well.
Yes, we want to welcome back the Wave viewers. It's an internet glitch, but looking for no glitches here is Curtis Boyer Gonzalez. He wear the captain armband tonight.
Oliveira looks menacingly at the back post. That's not going to find him. It did find Hitlal temporarily, but it's squeezed away.
This is Bertram. Yeah, Bertram just finding himself. He's one of the players that always cause mayhem. A bit unorthodox. Not the type of player that you could read it easily. As 45 minutes, Trinidad and Tobago versus Haiti. The score is 0-0 in the Gold Cup. And Haiti down to 10 men, a red card in the 39th minute. So Trinidad and Tobago with the man advantage if you're following the national efforts. But it's Oliveira finding Keller. Keller back to Oliveira. Rahul Wilson going back to Felix. Felix with the early one-time pass. Tinto, he's been bundled over, no call by the referee. And Elcock able to recover. And then Tinto gives it away cheaply there.
Yeah, that and Jesse Holder stood behind his defender. Hasn't made any attempt to show for the ball. He's still there.
Bertram. And Tinto hits back to his goalkeeper.
You talk about the national effort, Gordon. This is a national effort as well. This is a chance for these players, especially on the Defence Force elite team, to show why they should be there. Beyond the Gold Cup, of course, it's World Cup qualifying action within the next FIFA window.
Ball given away cheaply here. Trestrail. He's looking a bit off color this afternoon, Rodanfa. Normally a very feisty player. And going for the spectacular there was King. We were just saying Trestrail looked a bit off color, but there he pulled a magic out of the hat. A beautiful pass to, look at it here.
Yeah, he hasn't had the ball much in these types of areas facing forward. This is the threat that he poses. King going for the spectacular when perhaps he could have taken a touch to control, even if he was going for the first time, something a bit more simple and effective. That wasn't it. And he's spurned a big chance for his team there to get back level.
Young Bailey in a battle there with Superville. The referee says Superville illegally won that battle.
Yeah, somewhere maybe they could target as well. Bailey, yes, very tenacious character, but doesn't have the experience as Felix on this left side. So maybe something Superville could aim at.
Good defensive header there. King. Still King.
It's a good ball.
The man from Kukurit. He finds Holder. Holder looking to go for a run. Early shot. He just flies over.
Is it a shot? Is it a cross? It's not effective. That's what it is.
So Jelani Peters just bringing that ball forward. He's gotten a lot of the ball. You know, they say in football, you get the ball on average, that's a midfielder, 4 minutes in the entire game at your feet. I think he's gotten his 4 minutes already in the first half, Redanford.
Yeah, I'm sure it's deliberate to let him have the ball. They've targeted him to be in possession in these areas.
Felix, as we look at the sideline, seems to be a substitution to be made by the Defence Force Tier 2. So it's Peters who finds Felix, one Jelani to the other, and then a triangle pass given away cheaply there by Rahul Wilson.
Sloppy, not under a great deal of pressure. It's been a very subdued performance from the Defence Force Tier 2 team, to be honest. I expected them to be a little more feisty, a little more in the face than they have been so far. They seem a bit timid.
I think it's Cravado. Theo Cravado, who's looking to come on. I think he's looking to replace Superville.
Not messing around, Alexander. Coach of Defence Force Tier 2 team.
So a lot of excitement in the Trinidad and Tobago game. A penalty awarded to Haiti. But guess what? VAR overruling that penalty.
Wow.
So VAR gained some points for Trinidad in the Trinidad public's eyes.
Yeah, I wish there was VAR in the Gold Cup when I played.
And there we see Superville He limps off. And on comes Theo Covador.
Yeah, he's going off clutching that hamstring. Forced change for Kelshaw Alexander. Like for like, really. Theo Covador, former St. Anthony student. Creative. Likes a dribble.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting contest against Bailey.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because he's going to be running at Bailey. And again, Peters just enjoying possession. All right, trying to get Oliveira going. Quickly take control. Trastrell. Nice one-time pass. And the battle that we spoke about almost instantly being created.
Yeah, just sort of snippet of Covador's pace.
Felix finding Oliveira. Oliveira back to Felix. Felix to Peters. Peters was a nice searching ball forward. A lot of contact there. No call by the referee.
Yeah, heavy but fair, I think.
Lee goes back to his skipper. Thomas. Elcock. Finding Garcia. And Garcia, cool, calm and collected, just finds Thomas. Thomas back to Elcock. So both teams allowing the centre-backs a lot of possession. A lot of time on the ball. Of course, goalkeeper Dwayne Thomas just a little bit better with his feet than Bigot. Loves to play a good old small goal post up by the tanks in Covine. So there you see him just showing his passing range.
Yeah, goalkeepers, modern goalkeepers that is, called on to do a lot of play with their feet, start attacks.
Here comes defense for us, Elite. It's pulled back, but Joseph does well. Finds Lee. Nice pass. But then the early pass that was aimed at Covador, just a bit overhit. A bit too early, really, Redanfo.
Yeah, Covador certainly wasn't prepared for it.
Pretty decent crowd building here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium.
Yeah, always good to see the rhythm section firing up as well. Maybe they could raise the tempo of the game for Defence Force Tier 2. They desperately need a little bit more tempo in their game if they're to get back in this one.
Covador up against Bailey. This is a battle within a battle. The early ball aimed at Quintero, but it's broken up.
Man down on the far side.
It's Bertram, Shaquille Bertram, who's gone down.
Yeah, again, just the crowd that has been building here. It's very heartening to see as a player when you look up and there's people for you to be accountable to. Does give you that little lift, that little extra lift.
This was the lift that has Defence Force on top here. The early ball to Bertram. Bertram losing his footing. More a pass than a shot there. But he was able to sneak it past Thomas. Well, he's down. Not a good sight for the Defence Force elite team. A warrior type player. So he's not going to stay down unless something is actually hurting a lot. Seems to be his hand. But he started the game with the hand heavily bandaged in blue.
Yeah, perhaps fell awkwardly on it once more. could be uncomfortable. Hopefully, for his sake and Defence Force Elite's sake, doesn't keep him out of the rest of this one.
Referee Sobers just getting the restart going. Good, this boy Gonzalez, the man from Santa Cruz, plays this one forward. Oliveira getting the better of lead there. Still Oliveira, the ball whipped across. Just cut out by Elcock, but only as far as Raul Wilson. A bit of a heavy touch. Coat, ball just charged down. So applying a bit of pressure here, the Defence Force Elite. Bertram, it's gone past, blown past Lee. Trying to square it back. Lee has not had the best of nights out at the wing back position there, Rodolfo.
No, he has speedy Bertrand to contend with. He's got to get some help, perhaps from Covador and Jamali Garcia, if he was to keep Bertram at bay for the rest of this one.
The tackles have been coming. Referee Crystal Sobers been showing, and Teo, Covador just got himself in the referee's book. He was late, and Referee Crystal Sobers, after seeing a number of play-ons for the plays before, called the infringement, and she also went to her pocketbook. A yellow was issued. Ball whipped over the top. Good defensive header. The two Fatima, one former and one present, just battling. And there we have another battle. Felix winning that one against Holder.
Yeah, needs to be careful. The little fling of the arm after the whistle blew could get you in trouble. It's not very wise to react in that manner.
Well, it's Joshua Wilson. He's not had the best of deliveries today. Normally very effective from set pieces. Joseph. Covador trying to find Quintero. Eventually it gets to Quintero, but it's just losing out. Cooper. He's disappeared from this one, Jamil Cooper. Not been very effective.
What a vital tackle that was from Keller, as Joseph was acres of space before his intervention. Quintero was opening up just to play him in. Superb challenge.
Covador looking to go for a run. Easily one out there by Keller. Keller finding Bertram. Shaquille Shaq Bertram. He's been awesome for this Defence Force Elite team. So as the halftime whistle approaches, the fourth official, Ms. Cecil Hines, have said that 1 minute of added on time would be played, a minimum of such. Just winning out here is Rahul Wilson and goes back to Peters. Peters again on the ball. Keller. Bertram. Goes all the way back to Bigot. Peters looking for movement. Decided he'll go short to Felix, who's just come into the pocket. Able to get it into Cooper. Cooper finding Rahul Wilson. Well, Wilson just stepping inside, steps past one challenger and the other. He's still in possession here. Oliveira. His shot is charged down. Shot from distance. Just flashing wide. Keller. And that's the final whistle in the first half. As that one was just, in fact, it was Bertram going for the spectacular. Well, at the half in this one, the first Citizen Cup finals, it's Defence Force Elite. They lead 1-0. This was the opening goal.
Yeah, well worked. Oliveira and Coriat combining to slip in Bertram, who squeezes it past the goalkeeper.
So the Defence Force, they celebrate as they lead 1-0 at the half. We're going to the break. When we come back, we'll have more action live right here from the Hazy Crawford Stadium.
When you push your body to the limit, every drop of sweat counts.
We're here with Christopher Doherty, captain and leader of the Defence Force Masters tournament. Participated by them in St. Lucia a couple of weeks ago. They were victorious. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was a great experience. It was our first time entering that tournament. We would have entered the Tobago Masters twice before and won it. So we decided to explore further options, and St. Lucia was the option, and we went there with our purpose, with our goal, and we were victorious.
What was the competition like? Who were the standout players for you? Any notable names? Any throwback performances from your team?
Well, we had Devon Jocelyn. He is always up there when you talk about standout players. We also had Kelly Lai winning the MVP of the tournament. He was one of our main defenders. And Emmanuel Nurse was our goalkeeper. He won goalkeeper of the tournament. He didn't concede a goal for the entire tournament.
Yeah, what could we look forward to from this team? Are there any upcoming tournaments? Are you going to return there to defend your crown next year?
Yeah, definitely. We will be going to defend our crown. Our look forward is Tobago. We look going for the three-peat. So that's the two tournaments we have on the cards thus far.
All right, well, all the best in those upcoming tournaments. Keep representing us, keep flying that flag, Defense Force and Trinidad and Tobago, of course. And yeah, good luck.
Definitely. Thanks very much.
This summer, give your child skills of a lifetime with several boot camp. Children between the ages of 5 to 17 come enjoy Children Iron Chef Competition. Your child will learn to prepare healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, CPR, first aid, and conflict management. With field trip, your child will be given free apron and certification upon completion. Call 492-7397 or 336-4935. Institute of Health and Fitness Company Limited, located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna.
When you push your body to the limit, every drop of sweat counts. Reboot isn't just an electrolyte drink, it's your recovery partner. Rapid hydration, clean energy, no crash. Reboot your body, reignite your performance. This summer, give your child skills of a lifetime with several boot camp.
Children between the ages of 5 to 17, come enjoy Children Iron Chef Competition. Your child will learn to prepare healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, CPR, first aid, and conflict management. With field trip, your child will be given free apron and certification upon completion. Call 492-7397 or 336-4935. Institute of Health and Fitness Company Limited, located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna.
When you push your body to the limit, every drop of sweat counts. Reboot isn't just an electrolyte drink, it's your recovery partner. Rapid hydration, clean energy, no crash. Reboot your body, reignite your performance.
This summer, give your child skills of a lifetime with several boot camp. Children between the ages of 5 to 17, come enjoy Children Iron Chef Competition. Your child will learn to prepare healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, CPR, first aid, and conflict management. With field trip, your child will be given free apron and certification upon completion. Call 492-7397 or 336-4935. Institute of Health and Fitness Company Limited, located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna.
When you push your body to the limit, every drop of sweat counts. Reboot isn't just an electrolyte drink, it's your recovery partner. Rapid hydration, clean energy, no crash. Reboot your body, reignite your performance.
Welcome back to the Hazy Crawford Stadium as the atmosphere is electric. The Defense Force Elite, they lead Defense Force Tier 2 1-0 here. And we have the kickoff up from the second half. I'm going to play together with Rodolfo Abubakar. Rodolfo, an interesting first half.
Yeah, it was a little timid from both teams, really. I expect Defense Force Tier 2 especially to come out of their shell a little bit. They have to chase this game, of course, trailing 1-0. I like to see that bravery that they showed in the semi-final against Police to come to the fore here in this next 45 minutes.
Well, it's Bailey who's in possession. Keller finding Gonzalez. Ball whipped into the area. Quick shot. Oh, just wide there. Again, Shaquille Bertram always showing up in these unexpected positions.
I think the intended target was Bertram. Not in that manner, but it found him. Good first touch. Not a lot of space to work with. Did well to get off the shot, but not enough space to get the power and the direction that was necessary to beat Thomas. It's flashed wide in the end.
So it's going to be Thomas. Dwayne Thomas. He sends his troops forward. If it was you, Rodolfo, what would you be telling your team, Defense Force Tier 2 at the half?
Yeah, just as I said before, be brave, show a little more belief. Haven't seen much of that. Even when they attempt to play through midfield, there's a lot of negative stuff. Sideways and backwards passing. There's not enough movement ahead of the midfielders. They haven't threatened in behind much. So it's been easy work really for Curtis Gonzalez and Peters.
Yeah.
The couple occasions when they did manage to create a bit of an opening, but not enough of that in the first half.
Jesse Joseph here, just walking this ball forward. Ball just banged forward there by Philip Tinto. Dylan King trying to thread that ball through. And then the ball goes all the way back to Bigot. Bigot just brings the ball into the area. Finds Peters. Curtis Boyle Gonzalez. Looking for movement. Waving his hand like an orchestra player. Bailey. The early ball across. Thomas. Just flagging at it there. Falls to Cooper. Felix. Chips it forward. Cooper. And Tinto clears it out. Goes out for a corner.
Yeah, not convincing from Thomas. He must have picked it up late. It looked like a regulation take, but he flapped at it with one hand and just put it back into the danger area.
Yeah, he really. Look at it here.
Yeah, fortunate enough, Defense Force Tier 2 to just sort of scramble it away and extinguish the danger eventually.
But it's going to be a corner. And it's going to be Curtis Boyle Gonzalez take this with the right boot. It's going to be curling in. The big guys from the back, the blue, the area. Ball across. Oliveira puts it back across. Oh, it's into the back of the net. And it's Bertram again. Shaq Bertram. He continues to show up when it matters most. The ball was recycled at the far post by Oliveira. And let's have a look.
Yeah, as you said, recycling there from Oliveira. Controlled. Thomas in no man's land. Garcia in attendance, as well as Elcock, but they're not able to deal with it. And it's sort of scramble home. That's 2 for Bertrand, 2 for Defense Force. And it's a long way back for the Tier 2 team here.
Yeah. Raul Wilson has gone down in the collision there. So a bittersweet moment for him. His team has gone up 2-0, but he's been battered and bruised. But Shaq Bertram, one of the unsung heroes, but he's chosen tonight the first Citizens Cup final to really leave his mark on the footballing stage here, Rodolfo.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the players that would want to catch the eye of the national team coach. He's missed out thus far, but through consistency and your performances, that's the only way to get spotted. Not by noise, not by social media posts, not by talk. It's by your actions, by your consistent performances, by putting up good numbers, goals and assists, affecting the game consistently. And he's done that for the majority of this season. As we were mentioning before, still a lot of football to play for the national team in this year. Final round of World Cup qualifiers, of course. After the conclusion of this Gold Cup, Dwight York has chopped and changed quite a bit, so he could put his name in the hat with this performance once again tonight.
Well, of course, those interested and not knowing, Trinidad and Tobago, they've gone down 1-0 versus a 10-man Haitian team. Ball played through, but it's easily broken up by Elcock. Oliveira, he'll have assisted his name. Finds Bertram, the hero of the night thus far. Araho Wilson goes back to Peters. Peters trying to thread the needle. So Peters out wider to Cooper. Araho Wilson going backward again. Peters finding that's Cooper. Referee Crystal Sobers waved play on, get up and play, young man. Ball banged forward, headed on here. Corvedor up against Bailey. Bailey does well. Quickly take and throw in. Korat trying to thread the needle. Ball still gets to Cooper. He puts the only pass to Felix. Korat. But doing quite well there was Elcock.
Yeah, good coverage by Elcock, but screaming for the cutback was Cooper. Good run in behind by Coriat. Just not spotting that run in time. Bertrand, of course, on the top of the area, bellowing for that cutback as well.
Well, it's going to be a corner. Curtis Boy Gonzalez, the veteran and skipper, finds Korat. Ball into the hands of Thomas. Ball played forward. Corvedor trying to be cheeky. Ball, that's a brilliant one-time pass there by Korat, but it's broken up by the skipper Jamali. And it's played forward here. Holder the ball played, aimed at Quintero.
Well defended by Peters.
Yeah, the defense force tier 1, the elite defenders have done what they have to do very competently, Rodolfo.
Yeah, again, it's been made rather easy by Quintero. Was really threatening behind.
Felix with a telling run here from the wing back position. The early ball across. But it's overhead past everyone.
It's almost as if Coriat and Oliveira couldn't keep up with him as he burst through that defense force tier 2 back line. A little too much on the cross.
Just maintaining a good possession here. So they're beginning to boss the game now. Defense Force Elite. Looking to write their names into the history books here. Unbeaten season. 3 peats of First Citizens Cups. Some good work there by Philip Tinto, but then given away cheaply. Ball played through. Dwight Contero, he's done well.
Yeah, there's way too much on that pass. Just momentarily, there was an opportunity to break in transition. They haven't done that well, Defense Force Tier 2. When the opportunity presents itself, too slow in transition to really threaten the elite team.
And there you saw Dwayne Thomas just almost injuring himself there. We know that's the high jump, but he crashed into the mat. From the stretch, it seems to be a bit of cramp as well.
That stiff leg of his does indicate a bit of cramp. Strange one, that goalkeeper catching cramp at this stage in the game.
But we think cramping is a signal of running. It's not. It's all about hydration and your minerals, Redanfa.
It's a bit odd that your goalkeeper is going to be struggling with that after 56 minutes.
Well, if he was not properly hydrated, he didn't have the necessary sodium, potassium, and calcium. You can expect to see that result that we're seeing there. And it's on both feet, the calves. Now, Rodanfa, if you're getting ready for a final as a goalkeeper, we know there's a number of small goal competitions. We know yesterday was the day before the holiday. We know today is a holiday. Would you be indulging in activities that would get you dehydrated?
Not as a professional, not as someone who wants to put in a top performance on finals day where all eyes on you.
Well, most definitely. But you're seeing that it's a calf muscle. So some players action on the bench from the Defense Force Tier 2. So he's down.
He's really struggling here.
Yeah, he's really struggling. Both calves. As we have a look at the 2 goals. Good ball there. And Shaquille Bertram, right place, right time. Beautiful finish.
Yeah, the pass from Corey had made it. Yes, it was a tight angle, but he got in behind and he put it on target.
Recycle ball by Oliveira. He had to stay focused there. A lot of bodies were aimed at that ball. As we see the second keeper getting himself ready. Because Dwayne Thomas cannot continue. And there we see the Desani crew from the Defense Force. The rhythm section, they're up on in full throng. Sylvan. So Theolophilos Sylvan is the man who's going to take the position in goal, the youngster. So it's Sylvan Theolophilos.
A big moment this is for him.
Yeah, Dwayne Thomas has been excellent as we see the Coney Island next door at the Movie Tongue. So all the action is right here at the Hasty Crawford Stadium. A generous crowd here at Redanfa. Went to the thousands, probably about close to 2,000 folks here. The majority of the covered stand packed.
Yeah, healthy audience. Make it for a good atmosphere. From the sound of it, it seems like they're heavily in favor of the underdog. That's the Defence Force Tier 2 team. But they haven't had too much to cheer about tonight in that regard. It's been mostly one-way traffic. The elite team really stamping their authority on this one and showing their superiority. Dominant display from them thus far.
Well, it's going to be Joshua Rao Wilson who's going to try to add to the agony of the Tier 2 team. He's going to be taking this with the left boot, as Dwayne Thomas has really struggled here. Here we see Dr. Anthony James of AJ Physiotherapy and Medical Services, just assisting with the moving of Dwayne Thomas. But there you can see his scars are definitely bulging there.
Yeah, really peculiar one, that goalkeeper in a cup final after 50, 60 odd minutes is struggling so badly with cramp. Strange one, that.
Well, the action on the pitch, it's going to be around Wilson. Well, they're trying to move Dwayne Thomas. In the meantime, in between time, Raul Wilson will take this with the left boot. Whips it in. Just over the head of Jelani Peters.
Fine delivery, that. Really inviting cross. Theolopoulos just got in. Didn't fancy coming off his line for that one. And will be relieved to see it flash past the goal.
Just over the head of Jelani Peters there. A brilliant ball really from Raul Wilson. And it's Lee with the infringement. Lee he's gotten touch close to Bertram, Shaquille Shaq Bertram. There we see the infringement again. He decided he's not going to give Bertram any. And the scores from the Gold Cup, Justin Garcia, the Defence Force man, he's just scored. Justin Shuggy Garcia, he scored for Trinidad and Tobago, pulling them level. Well, before he went, the last time when he was in the semi-final, we spoke about his pluses at Redanfa. Well, he's showing them up at the world stage.
Yeah, good in the air. Definitely an attacking threat. And apart from his defensive capabilities, he does give you that bonus in attack as well.
To see that replay again.
If not for that flag.
He was offside. He was offside even if Churchill didn't touch the ball.
Well, that's a little more like it from the Tier 2 team. Get the ball through the lines a bit quicker. It's a little too slow in possession, too slow in their build-up. The elite team are able to block and create these traps where they can win the ball.
Ball just played over the top. Goes out. Elcock finding Garcia.
This is better. Can he get on the half term and progress the ball forward on the floor? It's a pristine pitch, good for passing. Haven't seen enough of that from the Tier 2 team.
Well, early on, you went out and you had a walk around Redanfa. I thought you were going to play stopper. the way you were walking out there?
I'd love to on such a good surface. Recently laid, of course.
Play through, headed back. Almost some confusion there. Ball played forward. Good possession. So just answering some questions on the social media. There were a bit of a internet glitch here at the H.C. Crawford Stadium. Don't want to blame any provider, but that was the reason why, as we see some substitutions about to be made. It's 3 substitutions as Defense Force Tier 2. They're going for broke here.
Yeah, something must be done to inject a bit of intensity into this Tier 2 team. It's they're bowing out of this final quite meekly at the moment. And these 3 reinforcements,
Yeah, so
I'm sure Kelso Alexander would hope
So
they give them a little bit of impetus.
Trevin Thomas, he comes on into the tree. Jarek Williams, as well as Cordell Bailey. Strong tackle here by that's Christian Bailey. Finds Shaquille Shaq Bertram. He treads it through. Elcock finding Williams, but losing out there to Arahu Wilson, the man from Belmont, finding Oliveira, who finds Shaquille Bertram, who's decided to make the First Citizens Cup final his own. Here comes the man, here comes the moment. Bailey. Bertram. Covado played it forward. Strong tackle there by Gonzalez. Bertram. Arahu Wilson. Out wider. It was aimed at Cooper. But coming across and winning out there was Thomas. But then he loses out. Just cutting out there was Jamali Garcia. He's going for a bit of a run here. That's an early ball. The flag has gone up out wider. And more substitutions about to take place.
Yeah, the crowd is willing on this Defense Force Tier 2 team, but they haven't been able to provide enough.
Quintero just dragging that one wider.
Then is that the best option? The ball didn't quite settle for him. Rather rushed his shot after wrestling free of Peters.
So look at it again. The ball from Garcia. Quintero in a battle there with Peters. Peters asking for the referee's call. And then a rush shot there by Quintero.
Yeah, had the arriving player on his left, and on the right was Jesse Joseph. Chose to go for goal. Very wayward in the end.
Good commanding defensive header there by Garcia. Falls to Holder. Holder out or wider to the substitute Bailey. Ball across. Headed across. Team header there by Coverdor.
Yeah, tough angle. He might be served better. Getting that one back across goal.
Pulling off there was Joseph. So he could have played it back. Decided to go for glory. Goddard trying to thread the needle. Tinto winning out. Williams. But they lose out. It's broken up. Of course, Tariq Williams, the former resident of Pity Valley, Seaman Road, to be exact. Bertram skips past one challenge. Sam, Big Brent Sam there, going for the spectacular, flashing over.
Overly ambitious from that distance.
It was a nice build up here. Bertram skipping past one challenge, then the other. Feeding it into the big man. The former Sawa North man, just flashing over. Goddard pass. Looking to go up against Tinto. Tinto wins that battle. Philip Tinto, he's been good at the wing back for this team with Anfa.
Yes, throughout this FCB campaign, and he showed his worth there once more. Patient to the defender, waiting for the right time to commit, getting his body across and effecting the interception.
Ball played forward, Holder. Does well. Williams exchanging passes with Elcock. Elcock searching ball forward. Quivador. He's just gone into outside position. The fans in the stands, they have not agreed with him. Look at it here.
Tough to see from that angle, but the assistant referee has the best view. Croverdor has a pretty good view as well, looking at the entire line.
Melissa Nicholas, very good referee assistant. Yeah, so there was just a change. Bertram coming off. So Shakil Bertram. So Bertram for Hitler. You were calling his name earlier, Rodanfa. So he's entered for Bertram. Ball played forward.
Yeah, like for like, Hitler will play on the left side with St. Hilaire coming over to the right. Keller, the most advanced midfielder.
Well, it's going to be a corner. No, it's a goal kick.
Defense Force Tier 2 have also made a little bit of an alteration. Quintero has a partner now with Joseph. But they have defending to do here.
Hitler.
Made some space, but no accuracy on the shot.
Tilafros goes short to Garcia. Garcia out wider there. There's finding that's Thomas. And Garcia there just playing the ball forward. It's one out by Bailey. Bailey going for a bit of a run. Garcia again trying to find Quintero.
Space for St. Hilaire. Good tracking back and winning the free kick for his team. Excellent defending.
Some good work there by Thomas. But you see, you know, when they coming out, oh, here comes Sado. Theophilus does well. So it was a fast attack there.
Good first touch from Sadu. Just got caught under his feet a bit. That's why he couldn't just dig out the shot and get it past Theophilus.
So Defense Force Elite looking to finish this one off. Hitlal. He's been toying with Bailey. That's Cordell Bailey. Bailey trying to go for a run of his own now. Finds Holder. And Peters able to win out. The tier 2 team begging for an infringement. Well, the ball bouncing off of referee Crystal Sobers. The new rules are if the referee gets into contact with the ball, she has to give it back to the. We started with the team that was in possession. So Defense Force Elite in their maroon outfits. They seem like they're gonna just walk into First Citizens Cup glory here. Sado finding that was Keller, but now it's Saint-Hilaire exchanging passes, a bit overhit, goes out. It's going to be a throw-in. So Danforth, what do the tier 2 team have to do? They've been in this sort of position before, but they've been able to win out every time, find a solution to it. Is there any way back for them here?
And if Saint-Hilaire gets this in, he just wide.
Agonizingly close, and you can see Brent Sam saying, I was free there.
That would have killed off this contest, no doubt. Good movement from Saint-Hilaire. Once he puts it past you, there's no catching him. Just couldn't wrap his right leg around it.
He had Brent Sam right across the face of the goal, though.
He did, but credit to the goalkeeper for throwing him off a little bit, just enough to get back in this one. Gordon, tier 2 team has to be a little bit more dynamic up front. They've left now Bailey and Crovador almost all the way up the flank, with Quintero and Joseph occupying the 2 center backs of the elite team, but the ball has not got into their feet or beyond them.
Yeah, they've not done it often enough. Peters with the quick restart finds Goddard.
That's good from Garcia. Inspiring run from him, but no inspiration from Quintero, who looks a fatigued figure now.
Definitely older sorts. Quintero. Williams. Ball played forward. Goes out. It's going to be a train.
Even that ball is an option. Be more direct. Play it up there into the big Quintero. Maybe play for the second balls. Haven't got much joy otherwise. Maybe even consider putting Elcock or Garcia up front as well to make that extra body, that physical presence. That would enable that more direct play.
Well, here comes Defense Force Elite looking to finish this one off. not the best of passes.
Yeah, Sam held his run after realizing he might have strayed in an offside position.
Early ball across. Just cleared out. Williams. Turning away with it here. Former St. Andy's College man. He's coming, he's done well. Jerick Williams. But it's Hitler finding Sadu. And Saint-Hilaire. Sadu. Early ball across. Goes past everyone. And Philip Tinto will have a chance to take a throw-in for AC.
Yeah, the ball was aimed at the last post while Sam came across the front post.
Yeah, in the Gold Cup, Justin Sugar Garcia showing his worth, getting a goal for Trinidad and Tobago, the equalizing goal. The scores there, one apiece. Almost finished in that one. So keeping their Gold Cup hopes alive, Trinidad and Tobago.
Only just with that 1-1 scoreline. Still got Saudi Arabia to play in that final group game. Cravador here though. Choosing to come on the inside on his favored right foot. There is space down that left for him though.
Ball across. Holder.
Yeah, so difficult to get any purchase on that ball. It's looping. Might have just caught Felix with the elbow. Gordon with just 3 minutes to go.
I think
The writing looks on the wall here.
Defense Force Elite will have the three-peat, the double for the season, as add that to the equation. So they continue to really dominate local football. Rodanfa, this is the third season of the TTPFL, and they've won the league twice. They've also done the double twice, league and First Citizens Cup twice. On the occasion that they didn't win the league, they won the First Citizens Cup. So they have definitely been dominating the local. They've been dominating the local football circuit post-COVID. It's not translated though to the Caribbean just yet.
Not just yet. You could definitely expect a better season in the regional competition from them this year. They have bolstered their team, of course. They have 6 senior international players away. They will be back in time for that Caribbean competition come August.
Ball across Hitlal, up against Tinto. Again, Tinto continues to impress. It's kept it in play. No, it's just gone out of place. It's going to be a throwing for Defense Force Elite. So not much more time left in this one. What a season it has been in the TTPFL Tier 2 2024-2025 season. It started with all having great hopes and dreams. You decide at home if this is a penalty. Keller with the 1-2 with Sam. But on the other end, the Defense Force Tier 2 team effort in the end.
That's really a summary of their entire game tonight, Gordon. lacking quality, lacking that spark, the Defence Force Tier 2 team.
Well, the question in the commentary booth is that this Tier 2 team was playing in the Tier 1. Where would they finish? I think they would be a lower mid-table team, really. Of course, knockout football is totally different. He was all alone by himself there, Brent Sam. So he's in outside position. 6 minutes of added on time. 8 minutes of added on time. Well, that's eternity in football, Danfer.
Yeah, perhaps 7 of those minutes was for the goalkeeper on the floor with cramp.
Ball headed back. So, and it goes out for a corner.
What that does mean, Gordon, is there's still time enough for us to have something of a grandstand finish, especially if the Tier 2 team could nick one here. Garcia and Elcock, as tall as anyone else on that pitch tonight, could they get on the end of this?
After that, Quintero, he already scored a bullet header in the semifinals to put to lead his team into this final. Can he make it 3 times a charm? He scored in the quarterfinals, coming on and getting in what was the separator in the semifinals, in the quarterfinals, the winner in the semifinals. Ball across, but it's easily cleared.
He's not going to get a chance at goal with that service. It's really disappointing, but still a chance here.
Tinto. Into the arms of Christopher Biggett.
No.
So it's Defence Force elite here.
Yeah.
Leading 2-0 with Anfa. You said you were a bit distracted. Ball played across. Sam! Just out of the reach of Saint Hilaire. If he can't get it, no one in local football can.
Is he trying to pass there? Should he be just having a pop himself? He did neither.
Tinto. Bailey. It's given away cheaply. Gonzalez. Sado. Ball played across. It's cut out by Garcia. He's had a stellar game, Jamali Garcia. Do you see him being included when the Defence Force go to the Caribbean stage? Crevador. Still Crevador. No call by the referee, Crystal Sober. She's right on spot.
She's as near as she can be. But no lifeline there for Defence Force Tier 2.
So time ticking down. Is there going to be a sting in the tail? Can the Defence Force Tier 2 just fashion something to ensure that the final 4 minutes is really breathtaking? Philip Tinto. Quintero.
Good flick on.
Crevador.
That's disappointing from him. He's been bright off the bench. He's provided one of the few sparks that has come out of this Tier 2 team tonight. But again, his final pass, his final action, just lacking in that quality needed to unlock the elite defense.
So it's Defence Force elite here, who seems like they are going to continue their unbeaten season from start to finish. It's been all He's been brought down.
Waved away by the referee.
My goodness me. You decide at home. Brilliant 1-2. Holder.
It's hard to see if there was much contact in there. Did he need to go to ground? I'm not sure. It was rather theatrical. Not sure if he absolutely needed to go to ground. And if you are searching for the penalty,
You couldn't leave your foot there.
then leave your foot in. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think he's done that.
Had he left his foot in, it would have been undoubtedly a penalty because Biggin had committed to the tackle. He got to the ball first. All he had to do was, but he's trying to skip out of the challenge.
Yeah. Then
And
stay
this-
on your feet and complete the goal. But
Yeah.
instead he went to ground and
As the old saying goes, he tried to half his kick and eat it.
yeah, Soba's on spot. Credit to her.
So the defense force elite, led by the Chief of Defense Staff, Vice Air Marshal Daryl Daniel, has definitely written their names into the history books. What a season has been for them. Crovado. And Goddard doing what he does best. And the referee calling for the infringement. He's not happy. Now, Kevin Goddard has been a story, really. Not only this season, how he's been able to fight back into the starting lineups of the defense force. Crovado, strong challenge there by Gonzalez. But more than that, as a player, he started off as a very attacking-minded midfielder. You would not believe that with Anfa. He left Diego Martin North and went to Mokarapo East and was transformed into a defensive midfielder because there was so much attacking stars present at that time. And my goodness me, he's made defensive midfield his own in Trinidad and Tobago local football, that is.
Yeah, a real bull terrier of a midfielder. Combative.
Team shot there. I think that sums up all that we've seen tonight from this defense force there too. Williams. Great service here in the commentary booth by Tennille Jack. Hats off to them. And the TTPFL Tier 1, as the TTPFL 1 season comes to an end here. Redan, your closing thoughts as we wrap this season.
I found a way, Defense Force Elite, dominant performers, dominant team throughout, and they marked their names on this title here tonight. Never really got out of second gear, still played within themselves in a game that they dominated really from start to finish. Never in question this result, 2-0 in the end, and they complete the double.
So Defense Force Elite it is. They came, they saw, they conquered. They got their first goal. It was correct to Bertram. He put it away from Thomas and into the back of the net. He celebrated. Then Gonzalez with the ball across. Keeping it alive was Darius, and it was Shaquille Bertram who put it into the back of the net to make it 2-0. That was all she wrote. But for an excellent game, really, by all standards here.
Yeah, 2 well-taken goals from Bertrand to cap off a fine season from him. Defense Force, you can't argue with their dominance throughout this season, throughout this league and knockout campaign. Deserving winners in the end, really.
Really, it was a season to remember. The Defense Force in the beginning there were many in the end. One name will be remembered and written into history. It's the Defense Force Elite TTPFL Tier 1 Champions 2024. Add to that the first Citizens Cup, and it will be a totally joyous mood at Tetron tonight.
Yeah, all around they'll be pleased with how things went. Phenomenal season. Once more, can't emphasize how strong they've been throughout. The intensity has blown away their opponents in every single game they've played. Even when they were not at their best, they outlasted their opponents. They did it again tonight. Not vintage Defense Force Elite performance, but more than enough to earn their name on this cup.
What a season it's been. Hats off to Coach Denzel Theobald, his first season in charge of a TPFL Tier 1 team. So he's going to be quite happy. Hats off as well to the man behind the scenes, Mr. Ryan Otley, the director of the Defense Force football team, because not only has the elite been elite, the Tier 2 team has also done well, and after that, the female football team. So it's an all-round performance by the Defense Force as the knockout champions. They add that to their cabinet of trophies. Well, from all of us here, I'm Gordon Pierre, together with Redan Abubakar. I want to thank you for viewing another edition of the TTPFL. This time it was the first Citizens Cup. So that's the season. It's been well. Now it's a wrap.
This summer, give your child skills of a lifetime with several boot camp. Children between the ages of 5 to 17 come enjoy Children Iron Chef Competition. Your child will learn to prepare healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, CPR, first aid, and conflict management. With field trip, your child will be given free apron and certification upon completion. Call 492-7397 or 336-4935. Institute of Health and Fitness Company Limited, located at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna.